Welcome back to Tuesday. Let's talk now about some news for fighting games.
Yep. Before we start there, I do want to mention that I'm super happy. Got an email from The Real Undamned and told me that my modded CPS2 board, where you can plug in the TE sticks and stuff, is... He's had a huge back order, so I've just been on the list, slowly moving up. He finally got mine, so I'm going to get that hopefully pretty soon.
Sweet.
We'll get that installed into the cabinet. He did mention, though, that it does, because it's designed for, obviously, 480i monitors, right, that it doesn't work particularly well on flat screen, so I'm going to have to try to come up with a way to actually put like a nice CRT or something like that in there, cover up the sides a little bit, get some ST cabinet going in there, and just let the ST attract mode play in the background.
We should. I'm looking forward to that.
Dude, I'm so stoked about that. I've also had somebody else who apparently has a bunch of boards contact me, and he was like, look, I know you wanted to get this for your Undamned thing when you finally get it. He's like, I can't keep them anymore. And he's like, I wanted to make sure they have a good home. So he contacted me. So I'm like, sick. All right. So hopefully I'll have a bunch of games for it, you know.
That's
so
awesome, man.
I'm like super stoked for this. So yeah, we'll see what I can do.
People think that you're talking about CVS2? No. I mean, sort of.
The CPS2.
Right.
The CPS2, which is the board in which a lot of the Capcom games during that one crucial period were played on. So Alien vs. Predator Arcade, all the fighting games. So basically,
pretty much.
Super Street Fighter 2 was the first CPS2 game, which is why the sound effects and the way it looked changed so drastically between the two, between Hyper Fighting and Super. Right. And then all the fighting games after that, up until I think it was maybe MVC2 or CVS1, which went to the Naomi board. But between that, all those games, a bunch of arcade games, like all those Dungeons and Dragons games and everything like that, all played on that Puzzle Fighter. So basically, if you have one of those boards, you just hunt for the actual games, which are I never remember which one's the A and which one's the B board. But you get the game board, so basically you can buy a Puzzle Fighter and plug it in, buy a Vampire Saber, plug it in, buy a Street Fighter 03, plug it in, you know, Alien vs. Predator, play. Like, I'm going to look for Alien vs. Predator, because that game was sick, that game was fun, so, yeah, but that's really cool.
Cool, man.
Yeah. Oh, that's right, CPS3 came out first, right, for Street Fighter 3, of course.
Oh, yeah, that was SF3.
Yeah, that was Street Fighter 3, yeah, okay.
What was the Naomi one?
I think it was the Naomi one, right? It was just called Naomi board.
No, I'm trying to think of what was for it.
It was CVS2 and MVC2 eventually.
CVS2 was on that?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, weren't they?
I'm pretty sure Jam was. Fighting Jam.
Yeah, because it was all the games that were also good on Dreamcast. So I'm pretty sure MVC2 was on it. Because MVC2 came out for Dreamcast like right after it came out on
that sounds
arcade
right. That sounds
and all
right.
that stuff like that.
Yeah, people are confirming. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so.
Okay, anyway.
So I'm excited about that. Yay. So, very cool.
Yeah, man. As far as new games go, it has been announced that Street Fighter V should be out in this fiscal year. That doesn't really mean anything.
Yeah,
it means anywhere up until the end of March 2016.
Yeah.
Does not narrow it down very much. I mean, I think that, wasn't it already known that it was going to be out at some point in that time window?
I don't know, but you got to imagine with that kind of timing, there's got to be some really big things they're planning for Capcom Cup in December.
Ooh, probably
There's going to be like crazy exhibitions or something. Dude, I'm excited about that.
For sure.
That'll be cool. Yeah. So I have a funny feeling it probably won't come out until after Capcom Cup.
Oh, I'm sure it won't. Yeah.
So probably, like if they say by end of fiscal year, I think that's pretty safe to imply that it's between like January and March.
Right. Yeah. Why would they bother saying otherwise? They would just say end of year otherwise.
Right. Exactly.
But hopefully, maybe Capcom Cup will have some builds.
Dude, that'd be so sick.
Please, I just want to
and
try
then let us play it this time.
That's what I mean. That's
right?
what I mean.
Yeah.
Playable build.
Matt Dahlgren and Peter Combo-Fiend Rosas. Let us play this thing. Jeez. Ugh, man.
At least us. Come on.
Everyone's getting mad at me about not moving my asterisks. They are absolutely right.
Tisk. But in addition to that, it was announced that Capcom is profitable. It had a profitable year. That is actually big news because I can recall on our show in the past covering the opposite. That Capcom was in dire financial straits.
Yes. And they actually, and the news actually mentioned that one of the main reasons was due to the popularity of Ultra Street Fighter 4.
Right.
Which is awesome, which is great because it shows them that all the effort and all the money that they've been putting into the FGC recently is working. It's paying off, and I think that's fantastic news for the FGC.
Yeah, for sure.
Because, dude, we could probably talk the next hour about the complete collapse of Konami right now.
Right. Right.
Like all these great franchises, and they've got nothing.
Right.
Capcom has practically lost Mega Man already, because and they're kind of falling into that same path. But to hear that the fighting games are working for them means that, hey, let's stick with fighting games, let's promote it, let's do stuff. So
which is so the opposite of how it was before. Remember before SF4?
Yeah,
it was the opposite.
Yes,
fighting games were a drag. Nobody wanted to buy them.
Yep.
Too complicated. Blah blah blah. Yeah. It's a different story, which is great.
Yeah. So
hopefully that's a sign not just to Capcom to keep it up, but also to other developers to make good games and keep it up with them. Support the community involved. Exactly.
Yeah, I was about to go to that.
They are doing it. They are doing it right now.
Yeah.
So, at least some of them are.
Yeah.
Hopefully
a
more
lot of the U.S. companies are doing it right now. And also, to be fair, I always have to give credit to Namco as well because Harada and those guys do so much good work for Tekken.
They do. I mean, look, even BlazBlue last year had a giant pot.
That's right. Yeah.
So it's not even just that. Yeah, but hopefully more.
I hope Arxis puts a big pot in for Guilty Gear this year as well.
That would be nice.
I would be super excited. But I mean, side team. But if they were, I would imagine they would announce it soon to get more people to sign up. So
or like Persona or something.
Yeah.
Remember that Persona is going to be at Evo?
Yeah. Well, it's unfortunate because one of the bad news for Persona obviously is they're not playing the updated version in there. That's of course not Evo's fault. It's just it's not coming out in America in time.
Right. And
Atlas kind of announced that. They're like, sorry, it's not coming out in time. Meanwhile, the other Arxis game surprised everybody because it was like after our show last week that all of a sudden Arxis was like, hey, by the way, Japan's getting the Xrd patch going to 1.1. And everybody bought the game, the Japanese version, already ahead of time, or the world version, because it came out like it came out like 2 months before the American one, right? So everyone went to buy it and everything. So all those guys were super happy. But everybody who owned the American versions were like, well, what about us?
How long is it going to be?
How long do we have to wait? Because Arxis games, the U.S. always gets screwed. They always have to wait really late. And, I know a lot of people are going to be like, dude, let's talk about Europe. But,
right, yeah.
But look, I mean, a lot of players in the U.S. were like, when are we going to get it and stuff like that? And then they were like, oh, we didn't tell you? It's coming out the next day. So literally Japan got the arcade console parity patch, and then the next day US got it, which was Friday this last week.
That's awesome.
So now we all have updated Guilty Gear Xrd.
It's amazing. I mean, it's so unexpected that they would have it on that time window between Japan and then US. But
which means I get my jump cancelable 6P with Sin already, and I'm super happy.
Is that a big deal?
That is a big deal.
Sweet.
I can actually get good anti-air combos now.
Oh, good stuff.
Yeah, so I'm super happy about that. So, but yeah, I'm super happy about that. Why is James Cam the best quality? Okay, I can explain this. I can actually give you a reason for this.
Okay.
Actually, so here we go.
Okay.
So let's go David Cam, right?
Okay, yeah, here's me.
Yeah, it's a little kind of fuzzy here,
okay,
right?
fair enough.
But then you go to my cam and it's like super sharp and everything.
Oh, it is a little sharper, huh?
Right? And then we go to this cam, not very good.
What's the deal with that, James?
Okay, so the central cam, this one right here, is the Logitech 910.
Okay.
Which is not as good as the other two cameras which I got, which are brand new.
Ah.
Right? However, there was a sale for the Logitech camera. If you want to stream, it's $50 on Amazon right now. I actually grabbed one.
Did you? Okay.
So I was going to replace this middle camera with that one. And then I was going to take that camera, move it upstairs, and use it with my Mac in case I want to stream upstairs for like Mortal Kombat strategies or something like that.
Very smart.
So that's the reason why the middle cam's not as good. The reason why David cam is not as sharp as James cam here is because if you also notice, I'm much smaller. The reason why this one is not as clear is because this is zoomed in. This actually has one level of zoom in on it, and so it's a digital zoom. So digital zoom is never going to be as good as optical zoom, right? The reason why yours is zoomed in one level and mine is not is because the Logitech cameras have this weird problem that when you plug two of them in with that are the same camera, when the Logitech camera control window comes up and you can choose which one, it only controls one camera. So I was only able to zoom in your camera, and I was unable to zoom in my. It was the only one that where you have to unplug one of the cameras to control the other one, and then it all got all messed up. And then also yours is zoomed in a little bit because when it's zoomed out, you can see the closet.
There's a closet like right here.
Yeah, literally, if I like turn the camera.
Oh no! No, people know.
Oh, there is a closet over there. Yeah.
Oh, now everybody knows.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the reason why.
It's not actually a fancy studio.
I don't know if anybody even had the idea that this was a fancy studio in the first place.
I hope not.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So.
What I'd like you to do is scroll up on the chat here and see what the. Okay, there you go. See what Gentle Snow had to say. What the reason was.
Isaac needs to pick up jchensor facial hair. That's true. That's true.
Because you need better quality to see James's facial hair.
The lack of facial hair.
That was the joke.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's so non-existent that you need the fancy quality.
Dude,
to see it.
I haven't shaved since like before Texas Showdown.
Mm.
And this is what I've grown in like 4 days, dude. This is crazy.
Here, wait. Go to me cam. Let's see. Yeah, I shaved. Like right before Texas Showdown.
Oh, okay.
Like a couple days. No. The day of. I shaved Saturday morning.
Oh yeah, same here. Yeah, same here. But dude,
didn't I already have a beard? I don't know.
But I mean, look at the difference here. Like we both didn't shave the last time was like the same day.
Yeah.
And this is you and this is me.
Yeah, I think actually I just shaved here, so this is what I got since Saturday.
Yeah.
Anyway, what else is happening? Let's talk about
Killer Instinct a little bit. Yeah. So Killer Instinct, Arya is a new character that's coming out, and seems like every game is making their character for David. Because Tekken 7 had Gigas.
Because I like interesting characters, and developers have finally figured out that we should make interesting characters.
AKA robots.
Success.
AKA robots.
Hey. So what's what people want?
So Arya, I guess, is like a robot and has like transforming abilities. Like can go into different modes or something.
Right. It seems like there are like 3 pieces of Arya in some way, and whatever one you're in is like the one that you're controlling, but then the others are assists, and her life bar is spread around the 3. And once they're all depleted, that's the end of the game, not the round.
What?
Yeah.
She has a separate round, like a game-ending mechanic?
That was what was in the text stream.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Wow. Dude, that character sounds crazy.
They all sound crazy, man.
Dude, they do some creative stuff in that game. They do some creative stuff, and just like everyone says...
This is the part of the show where we talk about how everybody would play Killer Instinct.
On the PC.
Yeah.
Get it in your head. Because look, I'm just going to say this right now. As much as Killer Instinct is a really cool and creative game, it is not an Xbox One console seller.
It seems not to be, yeah.
If you move it to PC right now, you're just going to do nothing but gain more money. Right? So this console exclusivity on Xbox One needs to end. So
I'm definitely with you.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Okay, well, let's talk about some
MKX stuff.
Yeah, so this is something I really wanted to publicize. Pig of the Hut is a big Mortal Kombat player who has gotten top 8 at EVO a couple of times in MK and Injustice, and is a big community guy, and it really helps people out. Something he's done for a long time. But what he's doing now is he has a video series called The Armory that he's been doing. It's really, really well done. It's all about Mortal Kombat community strategy, technology, like all sorts of interesting stuff. And he has a green screen for it, and like he stands there and he has like notes, and it's all very fancy.
To be fair, we do have a green screen as well.
Did we actually get it?
Yeah, we got it. We just never put it up because
I forgot about
remember
that.
we did the vote and people were like, "Let's do the figures instead of the green screen."
I totally forgot we actually got it.
But dude, I mean, now that we've had this for a while, like I don't know, do people want to see a green screen? Should we try?
Just try it out one day.
Yeah, just try it out one day.
I'm down to try it out.
Just to see how it goes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But so his. I'm trying to remember the YouTube. Well, I don't remember the YouTube, but his Twitter is Bam Bam Guitar.
Bam Bam Guitar.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he has really good community stuff. For example, this time he had a whole section on where you can find your local scene, and he had scenes from like all over the place. Not even just North American states, but like Ghana. If you're located in Ghana right now and you're looking for people to play Mortal Kombat X with, check out the Armory. Pick of the Huts, the Armory.
That's cool.
And you can find out. So that's really cool. He went all over, the whole option select stuff going on. He talked about tournament reviews. It's just a really good episode for anybody interested in Mortal Kombat X.
Right.
So I highly recommend checking it out. Again, you can follow him on Twitter at BamBamGuitar.
I do like somebody's idea that we should use green screen and put ourselves in Volcanic Rim.
That's so genius.
And then we should have the music playing the whole time.
Oh, can we do that?
We totally could.
That's so great.
We totally could. The trickiest part, honestly, the main trickiest part about the green screen technology, and I'm just going to tell people this now so that when we try it, they're going to totally notice this now, is this. How do we handle this? Because it's going to be at a different angle, and then the background is I'm going to have to like zoom in and like move the background to a different location.
How about you and I just decide that we would like to be in different locations? How about this? How about I'm in the volcano and you can be wherever you want?
See, that would be so amazing. I'll be on like Cammy's bridge and you'll be on the Volcanic Rim.
Yeah, you already got Cammy's bridge right behind you.
Yeah, I know.
James Cam already has Cammy Bridge.
Yeah, and a lot more too. So.
That's true.
Yeah, that's right. Oh man, okay.
Dude, that's great.
And then we could do green shirts so we could like float in the air, be like floating heads. Woo!
I do have an old Green Party shirt.
Okay, let's move on.
I was the youth organizer for my county for the Green Party.
Organizer, you organize the youths.
Yeah.
You organize the youths.
I did.
The youths. These two youths.
Okay, so again, please check out Pig of the Huts stuff. Just to get that absolutely
very
crystal
cool.
clear.
Again, great that these community members are coming out and doing a lot of things like that. I think that's fantastic. So. Speaking of Mortal Kombat, though, I guess NetherRealm released a really interesting infographic. You haven't seen this yet.
I have not.
So I think this will be fun to go through it as we actually talk about this. And what happened to my Windows screen capture? All right, no worries. You know what? I'll do it. People will see see it happen live. They'll see it in action here.
Assuming it works.
Yeah, it should work. There we go. So. I'm just going to see this as it happens. There we go. Okay, so here we go. They released a really cool infographic with a lot of cool information about, so far, all this data on Mortal Kombat.
Okay, what do we got?
Yes. Okay. Apparently the top 3 characters used, no surprise to anybody, are Scorpion, Sub-Zero, and Raiden.
Yeah, that sounds exactly right.
But they also mentioned that there have been 130, I don't know what MM means.
Million?
Like multi-million? Or
I don't know why there's 2 M's, yeah.
Yeah, I know, but apparently there have also been more flawless victories than cars made this year.
Sorry, I just wanted to say it's 130 million. Mega millions. Yeah.
And then 338 mega million, mortal millions, there you go. Mortal million battles fought in MK. That's 18 mega millions more than the US population. And there have been 6,000 years of Mortal Kombat played.
What?
In terms of time.
Since April 18th, or since April 14th, that is incredible.
6,000 years. And you know what? We can't find any of these guys online.
I was just thinking about that. How is it possible that there have been 338 mega millions of battles fought? And last night, this really happened. I spent an hour and a half in player match searching for players while doing work and stuff. And I was just waiting for a green bar. And sometimes bars would come along and they were like nothing or red. Right. And I was like... And then you know what? I found a green bar, and it was basically a red bar connection, and I just quit. I played 10 or so people, I think, and when the matches started, I was like, all right, let's press some buttons. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I'm not gonna play. And I just let the guy beat me up, and I went to the next player. That was terrible. It's awful. So how is it possible that that many people are playing, and that it takes forever to find anybody?
Yeah, I know. This is the weekly segment of complaining about Mortal Kombat netcode as well.
All right. Okay, well, what else we have
This
here?
is the interesting one. This is the one that actually blew me away. Was that they actually went through Combatant Rankings, and currently number 1 is Shinnok.
Wow.
Number 2 is Goro, 3 is Devora, 4 is Kano, and 5 is Jax.
Wow, that is really interesting.
Yeah.
Shinnok,
ranked by win percentage. And I just have a funny feeling it's because the characters, the people who learn them, are the only ones who play them, or maybe they just unlocked them, and so no one has any experience with them.
I think you're right.
So a lot of the people, when they fight them, they just don't know what they're doing, and not a lot of people are using him. Because I almost guarantee you the people at the bottom of this list are probably Scorpion, Sub-Zero, and Raiden.
I'm sure you're right. Yeah, no, I think that's a good explanation for it, that the people who seek out to play Devora are people who like really go through and they're like, all right, which characters are good? Like, let's spend the time to play this character. Not that many randos, I think, are going to play Devora.
Yeah, exactly.
And Kano, Kano is really easy online. You just throw knives.
That's right. That's true. Yeah,
I've done it. It's easy.
It's a cheap move.
So cheap.
It's a cheap move.
Jack's super cheap also.
Yeah, exactly. Just that might be Justin's influence.
And then what are the faction war results? Let's check it out.
Oh, I'm sure you're super interested in this.
What do we got?
White Lotus in first place. The Lin Kuei in second. Oh, I'm sorry, the Lin Kuei in second place, because it's after all the Shirai Ryu.
Wait, how are you gonna pronounce it?
I said Lin Kuei.
Oh, okay,
like
that's
what
it's supposed to be.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's more like a G.
Okay.
Brotherhood of the Shadow third. Black Dragon fourth, and Special Forces is fifth.
Sucks.
Yeah. Who wants to be on Special Forces?
Why would you?
Yeah, exactly. So.
Hey, Black Dragon won this week's war.
Oh, did they? Oh, okay, cool. So this might be different now. So.
Okay. What else we got?
And then apparently the fatalities from these 5 combatants, which are, hang on a second, where's the scroll bar? There we go. I want to just fit them in here. Which is Liu Kang, Sub-Zero, Scorpion, Kenshi, and Goro, could fill up Dodger Stadium 931 times.
What does that mean?
I guess the number of times they've done fatalities is equal to 931 times the maximum capacity of Dodger Stadium.
Okay.
That's my guess.
No, that seems like the only possible answer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Huh. I mean, that's just a bizarre stat to me, but dang, that's a lot. That's a lot of
The cool thing
fatalities.
is they said it's weak in combat. Whoa, that was weird. Weak in combat, so hopefully they'll keep releasing these things, because I think that would just be kind of interesting to get stats like this constantly. So.
I hope that's a regular thing for sure. That's really cool. I love seeing that kind of statistic.
Yeah, and it's cool that they're keeping track of it.
Yes.
So, and hopefully they come up with some. Obviously we don't care about special factions, but I'd like to see some other kind of things like how often certain characters do. Like, I would love to see full charts, like not just the top 3, like full things and stuff like that.
Absolutely
I think
right.
Super cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not contractually obligated to be on whatever I'm on. Was it Black Dragon? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But actually, so you know, Fatal 8, I was like drafted to be part of
the Black Dragon,
or I was one of the drafters, I guess. I mean, that's the one I asked to be on.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, that's why, because I knew it was the one that had Kano, and I thought I was gonna like playing Kano.
You were right.
Which I was right about. So that's why.
Okay, cool, nice.
You know what? You know what's funny? Just as an aside, I talked with Infiltration briefly. I was like, when are you gonna play Mortal Kombat X?
Mm-hmm.
And he said he thinks that the gameplay looks really good, but that he just doesn't like the blood. He doesn't like the gore, and he just can't. He's not gonna do it.
I can respect that, actually.
Sure,
yeah.
Sure.
I can respect that.
Absolutely.
That's interesting. Okay,
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and then let's talk about Tekken 7.
Yeah, just the one thing, I'm just going to see if I can bust this out. Really
Trying to find a good tentacle picture?
Yeah, basically.
So Yoshimitsu is in Tekken 7.
Wow, that turned out way smaller than I thought it was going to be. That's what happens when you look for these tentacle pictures, man.
And he looks like a tentacle monster or like an octopus or...
I'm just going to go to Shoryuken. It's probably there.
Yeah.
Good picture of it.
I think he looks cool myself. I like it. And I like the fact that he looks like something different in all the games. I think that's really cool.
You know, normally, most people would do these things ahead of time.
Normally.
Yeah, but
normally.
You know.
For example, on The Armory, he would have done this ahead of time.
Hater.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah, this is a good one here. Let me do this a little bit so I can scroll into the middle, so it'll be in the same area where it's captured, hopefully. Let's try this again. I have to do it again. Okay. Awesome.
Yeah, MK definitely has more than just blood. That is for sure. I mean, I understand him not wanting to play. It's, you know, you could... I like the gameplay. Basically, to put it like this, for me, the gameplay outweighs the negative of the gore.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I guess for him, the gore outweighs. So, I mean, I can respect that.
Yep. And so here he is. This is Yoshimitsu here. I can also zoom in even more.
Oh no, you're getting rid of our Twitter.
Yeah, I know, which nobody knows about any of that information down there.
So I didn't realize this the first time I looked at it, but does he have like fake eyes, like in the way that like an orca has fake eyes? You know what I mean?
Sure. Huh.
Is that what those glowing bits are?
Not sure. Look, I'm just gonna say, like I said.
He's like a Tron octopus, dude. That's pretty rough.
I said Takeda looked like a character from Metal Gear Rising.
Yeah.
This character looks like a character from Metal Gear Rising. They're like all going the Kojima route of like character design, I swear.
So you're saying the only place that we're gonna get Metal Gear looking characters is outside of Metal Gear?
Yeah, just like the best place to play Mega Man is in a Nintendo game.
Yep, there you go.
Sadness.
I think he's pretty cool looking.
Yeah. It is neat though that he looks so vastly different every time he shows up, so yeah.
Okay.
So I think that's all I have right now.
I think that's all I have too.
Stuff. So unless you want to talk about superpowers again, or
no, I'm done with that.
Oh man. Yeah, like Decoy Octopus, who we never got to see because he died as the DARPA chief. You remember that, right?
I never did it.
Yeah, the DARPA chief who was Kenny Baker, who also happens to be the name of the actor who plays R2-D2. It's fact.
Bloodstained. Something of the night. What was
Ritual
it? Ritual of the night.
Ritual of the night. Ritual of the night.
It's the worst name ever. It's even worse, in my opinion, than Under Night in Birth EXE Late.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because Under Night in Birth EXE Late is clearly just nonsense. It's just clear. There's
like Chrono Phantasma.
There's no meaning to it.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's just, or else somebody just totally screwed up. But I think the better guess is that it's just meaningless.
Right.
Whereas,
I just think he wants to make it sound
Bloodstained Ritual of the Night.
I think he just wants it to sound as much as like Symphonies of the Night as possible, right? But I don't know. Bloodstained doesn't sound like Castlevania at all, so I don't know.
You know, it's a period joke, right? Did you get it?
No, I totally didn't, actually.
Well, it's a parody joke. It's a joke about menstruation.
Is that really why he named it
I'm
that?
sure it's not.
Okay.
But
Okay. I can see why it's such a terrible name now.
It's the worst. I don't get it. I actually thought it was terrible before I realized that, like, I was told that it was a period joke, and I had your same reaction. I was like, I can't believe I missed that.
Right.
But I already thought it was bad, and then it went from being bad to being just how could it get by anybody?
It's a period joke because it's referencing like stuff that took place a long time ago, right?
Oh yes, gothic horror to the extent that ever existed. Sure.
Dude, a lot of people are actually like cannot unhear as well.
How did you not get it?
I didn't think about it that hard, okay?
Well, I didn't get it either, but all it took was one conversation about it with a woman, and she was like,
right, okay.
Because basically I told her, like, this is the worst title, and she was like, yeah, that's the worst title I've ever heard, and I was like, yeah, it's just so stupid, and she was like, well, it's because it's a period joke, and I was like, what? Now it's absolutely the worst ever.
Oh man. Yeah, dude. Me and my friend one time we were just sitting around trying to make up names for Japanese video games because they always come up with the craziest names, right? I forgot which one was. I remember the one that I came up with was like. Anyways, this is like something of the Mystic Arcana or something else.
That sounds like it's believable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Bloodstained, Ritual of the Night.
They need to change that name now.
Made by no women.
They need to change.
No women were involved with the making of that video game.
They need to change that name now. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Wow. That is a terrible name.
It's awful.
I can't look. Dude.
Sorry, guys.
I don't even know if I can back it on Kickstarter anymore, dude.
Sorry,
it's so
guys.
terrible. It's not like my funding's gonna make any difference.
Oh, it already happened, right?
It's $500,000.
It's like 3 times over.
Yeah, it's 3 times over in like 2 days. It's ridiculous, dude. It's ridiculous. Just like ukulele and stuff like that. So, I mean, what's really interesting, I mean, how do you feel about this, that a lot of these games now, they are already funded,
Yeah.
but then they're just using Kickstarter. So in this case, Igarashi was using it as a proof that people wanted this game. And then also just to add a little bit of content, right? But 90% of it is funded through Inti Creates, I think, or whatever other companies. How do you feel about that? Like that they're using Kickstarter to gain like extra money? Because I heard like Yooka-Laylee is like mostly already funded already, and they're using it as well for just little bits. Mike Z mentioned that on his blog. He was just like, it's already mostly paid for, and the Kickstarter was just for like extra content and and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, but look, like if you're Iga, and you're trying to pitch that name to some publisher, you need backing. What better way to get backing? Now here you go. It has been endorsed.
Oh man.
1.5 million times plus.
God, there's just so many bad.
No, I mean
like seriously, you can sit there. I mean, like it's like a period game, right? I mean, it's just that's it. It's done. The jokes are all there, and it's never gonna stop.
Yeah. No, I definitely get the disfavor for that. But I don't know what to say about it. I mean, because it seems like a smart business to me. Honestly,
yeah,
I feel like they're making a smart business choice in doing that. So.
Yeah, I think one of the cool things about it is like honestly, I feel like this is the right way to sell things, because like if you look at the Kickstarter list and all these things, I think like one of them is like $5,000. Like obviously there's a bunch of tiers, right?
Yeah.
I think 10,000 was the max. But
really?
5,000. Someone spent $5,000 to yeah. Like this is how you sell things now. People who want your stuff, if they have more money, will just give you money. Like the whole. I know I've already soapboxed this on the show before, but the whole supply demand thing is gone. Economics class needs to just.
I don't remember you soapboxing about this, but I'm interested.
Yeah, because basically supply and demand was basically you had to predict the right price point to give to everybody. And that's not the way the world works anymore, because everyone can buy whatever they want now with the way the internet works and stuff, right? So why are you trying to find the right price point for something when you could just say, here's this cost of it, 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 and just and people will pay whatever they want. I mean, they're kind of doing that now. Like, there's the collector's edition. You also get the soundtrack, and so people are doing that stuff, right? I'm not interested in BioShock Infinite, but certainly I knew people who wanted a big figure.
Yeah.
You know, and like even with like games that are coming out, like instruction booklets, a lot of them games don't come with instruction booklets. Hell, if some people may spend $5 more just to get instruction booklets, so you cover the cost of printing. Sure. Instead of coming up with one package or two package to satisfy everybody, it's really just gotten to a point right now where I feel like you should just have 10 different packages and just be like, here, pick the one that you want to spend your money on.
Cool, man. Yeah.
So I just think the whole supply-demand thing in economics is completely not even a thing anymore.
Interesting.
So,
okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Yeah, that's interesting.
Keeps making more bloodstained jokes.
Oh, there's so many.
There's so many subtitles in there. Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways. Okay.
All right. Well, thanks a lot for joining us. Before we go, I did want to mention this. Next Monday.
Oh yes, very important.
We will have Mike Z on the show, and we'll be talking all about Skullgirls, and we will be doing these introductions that we do for games. We did one for Skullgirls when it first came out, but that's quite a while ago now, and the game was quite different and had far fewer characters. So we're gonna have him on. He'll talk about the game engine and the basics and all that stuff.
Everything's changed. Everything's vastly
very different
changed.
And then he'll talk about all the characters, and we'd like to do that next week because Combo Breaker is going to be a huge event for Skullgirls. It's one of the biggest games there. It's the headliner Saturday night by choice of the Skullgirls community. And I think that it would be really nice to have an explanation like that the week before, week leading up to.
Yeah, so that way you know what to expect, you know what to see, you understand how the characters play, and like I said, the game has changed a lot. So if you watch the early one we did, a lot of that's just not even going to be applicable anymore.
Right.
So,
originally we were going to do Xrd. Of course, last week we had Henry Choi on to help us out with Xrd.
We just did the game systems. We haven't gotten to the characters yet. In fact, I haven't even told Choi Sauce I'm not doing it this Monday yet, so I should probably tell him.
Probably should do that.
Unless he's in the chat right now. Sorry, Henry.
Yeah, it's just that it's just the timing issue. I think it'd be really good to have to do before Combo Breaker, but we will definitely continue with that Guilty Gear episode, as soon as we can.
Yeah, we'll do more character stuff. And besides, the patch just came out. A lot of things have changed. And so Henry's doing some research right now into getting some more information. Because he already gathered all this character information based on the previous patch. And then all of a sudden this new one came out. It's like, well, okay, let's do this. So hopefully the week after that we'll get back to Guilty Gear.
Cool.
So, yeah. So that'll be really cool. And, Mike Z, of course, it's always fun to talk to. I just love talking game engine stuff to him, dude. It's so entertaining. So
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, well, thanks a lot. We'll see you on Monday.
All right. Peace out.